And now to another story we've been following up. At least 1,200 clearing and forwarding companies will enjoy some sense of relief after the Kenya Revenue Authority backed down on its hard stance of barring logistic companies from conducting operations without a valid license. KRA, in a news conference sometime last week, indicated that the agents will be permitted to continue with operations up until the agency clears the vetting process before renewing licenses. Well, we are joined now by the chairman of KIFWA, that is William Ojonyo, who will be helping us to understand what is the latest towards this particular story, and of course, what does it mean for the various players in the industry. Many thanks, Mr. Ojonyo, for making time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Of course, there was that press conference that happened earlier today. Perhaps let's start off from there. What are the key messages that you passed across?
Well, today we quickly agreed that KRA is giving us goodwill, so clearly we also need to reciprocate. And we have decided today that the go-slow that has been there for the last few weeks today comes to an end, temporarily though, because we have appointed a task force that is going to engage with KRA to understand how we can have our licenses and not just having the passwords allowed to operate.
All right. So looking at this development, what does it mean going forward? Are you likely to continue with operations?
Yes, from today henceforth, we are saying that we have gone back to normal operations. That also means that I know KRA has not been achieving its daily targets. Clearly, we will now make sure we go overboard to ensure that we clear cargo as fast as possible. Those of us, those importers who are holding their cargo, today they can allow that cargo to be shipped in, especially the air cargo, the air freights, because moving forward, in 7 days, we expect a clear way forward in terms of getting our actual 2017 licenses.
So KRA, I remember, is on record saying that 94% of agents have complied. It's just a small number that is yet to comply. Perhaps, is it that the agents do not want to subject themselves to this new raised standard of vetting?
I think what should be clear is, excuse me, the 94% who complied on returning that document called a biodata form. They were coerced into doing that. And we are also saying that we have no problem with vetting. We have a problem with the parameters that don't seem to be clear on vetting. And we have gone through that document today, the biodata form, and clearly it's not a KRA document. So we want to agree here, and one of our resolutions today, we have had a big meeting today of all directors. And our resolution has been that can we have KRA wash its hands first? Let them not come to KIFWA members with dirty hands. We would like that vetting to be clear. We want it to begin with KRA.
All right.
Because how do you vet? And we have questions about your conduct as a person.
So in short, you are trying to imply that there are people in KRA that are also in this business?
No, we are talking about KRA because clearly when you vet, there must be an anomaly, something you want to clear, something you want to put straight. And everybody has been making noise. Corruption. And talk of the port of Mombasa, they're always talking about corruption. The worst part is they've been taking this to the agents. And now the insinuation is that as they vet, they have been looking for how to root out corrupt agents. We have said that you cannot be corrupt if you're not working with a corrupt agency. So that this vetting should be about efficiency. It should be about doing the right thing. Therefore, can we look at KRA, look at itself in the mirror first? And I want to remind us of something. The president at some point said very clearly, can we have a lifestyle audit of all the personalities in the Kenya Revenue Authority?
Of course, you know that can't happen.
Why not?
This is the KRA.
Now, the idea is, if you are serious about vetting, if you are serious about weeding corruption out of our areas of operation, then let's be serious about it. Let us talk about how does corruption come into play and how do we deal with it. Let us agree that if there is a problem, it is our problem, not a clearing agent's problem.
All right. Yeah. And perhaps as we come to a close, You did mention that a task force has been formed. Do you have any timelines that you will be resolving the sticky issues in this particular push and pull between the agents and KRA?
Yes, the task force has been given exactly 7 working days from today to begin engaging with Kenya Revenue Authority. The executive officer of the association has been given authority from today henceforth to work with the task force, to engage with KRA, especially on matters of the 2017 licensing. So we expect moving forward that within 7 days we should have light at the end of the tunnel.
All right. Do you know how much has been lost since the strike began?
Clearly so much, because I know...
Any estimate?
An estimate, we are looking at not less than 25 billion, because we look at 3 billion every day that was not hit as a target. At some point, I know they only collected 200 million against 3 billion. So the percentage of how successful, and we are not proud of it, is that it was 90% successful. But it is also painful to the importer, and it's also painful to the economy, and we do not want this to happen again. We would like to have a more proactive agency, a more proactive authority, an authority that feels the small and medium-sized companies.
Many thanks, William Ojonyo, the chairman of Kenya International Freight Forwarders Association, just talking to us regarding that developing story where they have called off the strike, saying that they will be resuming back to work. Of course, we'll be getting a response from the Kenya Revenue Authority in the course of our news. We now want to take a quick commercial break, but don't go too far, because I'll be telling you how you can make money out of blogging. All that coming up shortly.